Hey, what's going on, guys? I got CheFPV here, Zero Ground FPV, all that stuff. But today we have something pretty cool and fun to start talking about, and it's going to include this guy here, who is the Turbo Mach Drone Technologies Rana 220. Now, this is the same frame that our favorite pilot, obviously here from San Antonio, Gars, flies full time with Turbo Mach Drone Technologies. It's an awesome frame. It's a 3 millimeter plate on the standard version. Uh, it's a kind of tight build, but for me, it's literally probably the ideal build. I used to love the Voodoo 210, and this reminds me a lot of having just enough space once it's kind of slammed to build something really nice and clean and tight, but also have enough room for everything. So I've actually got this one pretty slimmed down. It's sitting on 25 millimeter standoffs. It's usually got a 35 mil, I think, or whatever a standard standoff is, 35 mil. So I got it pretty low. It's got an Owl, the original OG camera, my camera of choice. Look how wide the camera hole is. Pretty cool. I've got a Moto Labs Tempest inside, so it's a single stack. You can see there. It's got a Free Sky X4R D-pinned and just taped up, and then it's got a Unify Pro Race, and all of that powering 2205, 2300 Blackstar Supernova, Blackstar Drone Supernovas, and QNYC 30 amp ESCs, TBS Triumph. So that's my go-to, just all around, whether it's a race or a freestyle flight. That's my favorite quad. So how do I improve on it? How do I make it better? How do I keep up with what's going on? How do I get some clarity, if you would say? Well, a lot of these packages are going to show us. So with no further ado, mail time. I know you guys are ready. So here you go. What's in the boxes? If you read the title, you already know, I'm sure, but I still need to do some digging. Now, there's going to be a lot of content over the next few days and probably weeks and hopefully months and maybe even year around the stuff that we're about to talk about, because I really think now is the time to get in on this. This is something that I originally, when it first started coming out, thought it might be something that wouldn't kind of catch on or wouldn't be as good as it turned out to be. Pricing being a very, very big issue originally when it launched. However, tech costs money, and I get that. But for someone like me that wants to dive in, and if they dive in, go all the way, it just wasn't reasonable at the time. It's become a little more reasonable, and then the more that I've thought about it and the more that I've seen it and realized the advantages that it has, the disadvantages start being able to be overcame or even thought about in a different way that I think some people haven't. I know that's confusing and everything when you don't know what it is, but so here we go. The main part of all of this is going to be in this box, so we'll just get it opened up. I got this from B&H out of New York, shipped super fast, and we are going to take the Rana and put some Prosight on it. That's right. The VTX for the Prosight and the camera, I believe I could squish into its current 297, 295 gram. I don't know. I have it on a scale, but setup that I currently have. It's going to push the weight slightly. I think it's going to push it to around 330-ish. But when you take to account the GoPro going away and the TBS Triumph, it might actually be less than that. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to post some pics and stuff. But for now, there you go. Connex Prosight. Oops. Bam. And the Rana 220 from Turbo Mach Drone Technologies. It's going to be going down. Man, super excited. The Zero Ground gang all around, Gars and 32 Bits of Gill are actually headed to race XDC HD at CES this year. It's actually going down like tomorrow. I think they're headed out. Awesome race. Going to be great. Hope to be talking to Connex soon about some other stuff with Zero Ground. But in the meantime, there you go. We've done thrown down and gotten into it. The price point can't be any better than it really is right now with the technology that it is. So at the price point, with everything you get in a starter pack, I'm good. Upgrading multiple drones at about $200 a cost per is going to be a little tricky. But I've sold a lot of stuff that I've had laying around that I've been using. My 3DR Solo, Parrot drone, some other stuff, DX6 radio. And I've paid for all of this with everything that I've already had. So I didn't come out of pocket really. Had a little Christmas money, spent a little extra on some other stuff, which you're about to see now. Which I have to thank my main man, Bapu, for not only just really making me seriously consider this after seeing how much he stood up for it, but he posted a video recently, and we'll get back to much more content on the Prosight. Don't worry, we'll unbox it. He had the most gangster ground station for this thing, so we're just going to rip into all this, and we're going to show you what we got. And I got most of it from Amazon. Again, paid for all of this stuff with the money that I made back on everything. I'm a huge proponent of buy smart, sell smart, get in when you can, get out when you know to, get the value out of what you've got. Don't just throw stuff away. Don't just think something's trash. You can always find value in stuff, I'm sure. But we're going to get all this stuff boxed out, and then we'll go through it one by one real quick. If you haven't seen Bapu's video, go check his video out. And I will be doing a build video of some sort on all this stuff as well, just to kind of show how I'm going to build it, because I did take a couple of things that he did. I got the same products for the most part, but a couple of products I went different with. And I'm also going to go with a couple different mounting things than what he used, so it'll be interesting to see. So here we go. Go to that last. That's pretty cool. So we do have some from DigiKey, the antennas that people say are just like the race spec antenna, actually better. Already comes shortened with the, what is it, like an NCX plug, I think. Adhesive on the back. They're like $6 a pop, not bad. And if you do rip them off, just quick to put back on. You don't have to get a short one, get one and shorten it up and all that, because the stock ones are a little bigger. And these supposedly are better than even the race spec ones. So DigiKey, find the link. I'll try to post it up in my stuff. We also got over here regulators. So these are going to spit out whatever voltage we tell them to. And this is going to be for the ground station. There's like a pack of them for like $6. 5, I think. It's actually a great deal. Again, Amazon. A little mic, a couple of bucks again. Plugs right into the HD capture box. Now this was one that we found an amazing deal on compared to the one that Bapu was using. So we lost like $40. Bapu's was like $100. This one was like 60. It wasn't much at all. So the mic plugs in to the capture box and will actually record. So here's the capture box, which is basically the DVR for the Connex system, right? So it's got a mic plug on it, and until the VTX starts transmitting sound, what you'll get is you'll get your ambient sound from around the station, what's going on. You'll get the ambient prop noise, you talking, whatever you want to do. Really could work great for some vlogging and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Other stuff, we went with a different magnetic, and again, this is where the build video later will make sense. We went with the exact same Manfrotto tripod, but we did go with a different magnetic holder for the monitor, which we'll take a look at. Is pretty cool. It's probably the coolest other thing we got. So we'll use this to try to use for the monitor and see how that works out. Hopefully it should work. It's for a cell phone. Monitor is not much bigger than a big cell phone. And I figured this could just zip tie and be a little bit easier to connect and a little slimline than that big. He had a tripod, a handlebar attachment with a magnetic adapter. It was like $25 worth of parts to make. This was like $7. Oh, sorry. And the little thing that goes to the back of, oh, that's why. It's a little more sturdy. There, it's definitely going to hold. It's got this little key ring kind of thing, but that's not a key ring. It actually lets you prop up your monitor. So that's pretty cool. Look for that as the difference on mine versus Bapu's. Obviously, I'm not as good of a pilot either. This HDMI splitter, this is the same one he recommended, which apparently powers itself off HDMI, which is good. So we'll take that. It'll be split off from the Connex and go into the recorder or the cloner. So we got all that going. We got some cables. Usually I would make something like this, but it was just such a great deal. He had mentioned in his that he used it. I just got a little longer one. It's an on-off switch that I'll wire everything up with. This is just a coil cable. It's an HDMI to micro HDMI. We'll talk about that when we do the build. All that stuff. And then really the best part of all of it, besides the Connex, obviously, people, this is, I could not find a better deal on this. I tried so bad, and I almost bought something for like 40 bucks less, but I kept looking back at it and went, you know what? For what it is, it makes no sense not to. And if these things start selling out, it'll be pretty shitty. So I didn't want that to happen. So I just went ahead and bit the bullet, and I actually sold the DX6i, and it covered this, so perfect, and a little more. So apparently it says Hawkeye is the maker, but I don't know that. It's from Range Video. It's called the Little Pilot 2. And this is the monitor that Bapu uses for his ground station, which I just think is pretty dang cool how slick and convenient it is as far as the build quality. It's just flat. He said it was good quality. I asked him. It definitely is. It's a metal casing. It's got nice buttons. It doesn't seem like it's going to break. But more importantly, it's got the HDMI ins and outs. So that's what you need. And then it's got a built-in antenna for analog. So, I mean, what else could you ask for in a monitor, a little monitor setup? I mean, not a lot. So I got that. Range Video. Again, find the link in the description. This will be on the ground station as a ground station monitor, whatever you need. So pretty cool. And that's also why I got the coil cable. It's got the coil cable so you can walk away from it. This thing will go like 6 feet. It's like a 2 meter. It's like almost 7 feet that it'll go. So pretty cool. Can't wait to dig into this. We're going to open up the Connex on a separate video. Check it out. Fly safe, fly smart, just fly. Hey, fly Connex, because soon this Rana and maybe some more will be flying with it. Peace.